Welcome to On Your Side, the Home Edition. I'm Susan Campbell. On today's show, we are going to take you to a valley neighborhood that's so popular, many of the homes sell before ever officially going on the market, but you can still get in for $500,000. But first, we are taking you to the north end of the valley and a spectacular hillside home in Carefree. I went on a tour with agent Tammy Henderson. We are in for a treat today. Tammy, thank you so much for showing us this incredible listing in Carefree. I cannot wait to get inside and see, but we have to point out all the amazing desert features on the way into this stunner.
Thank you. Welcome to Father Kino. We are in the foothills of Carefree, Arizona.
With the biggest door ever. That's amazing.
Thank you. The home was designed by Shelby Wilson, a very well-known architect who has designed several homes in the area. And unfortunately, he's passed, but his name and reputation is definitely outstanding.
The craftsmanship is incredible. There's wood ceilings, there's stone detail, and the indoor-outdoor living here is absolutely second to none. You just immediately look out one of the prettiest views I've ever seen.
Well, being on a hillside estate that is 10 acres is definitely a treat. You can see across the valley, you get the downtown city lights from Phoenix all the way.
It's hard to decide which direction I want to look because there are just so many incredible views. The pool is also just spectacular. Look at this infinity pool. Feels like you're on top of the world.
I love the way it flows off the edge and you can just see how it goes down into the desert.
So this property is 10 acres.
10 acres and it wraps all the way around past the saguaros. So if you wanted to, you could actually, it's been approved, you could actually lop off this 5 acres. We're at the far northern side of it. So you could lop off this side and sell and develop the other 5 acres because it's around the corner behind the saguaros. You wouldn't even see the house and know that it was there.
That's an interesting idea for somebody who might want to maybe just make the property a little bit more manageable.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a great investment opportunity as well because the kind of views that you're getting here is outstanding and far and few between.
People pay for it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Okay, so right off of this spectacular patio, we have the primary suite. So we have these amazing views right here every single morning when we wake up.
Every single morning, every single night. And they did this intentionally. So this entire wall opens up to the grand patio so they can go out and enjoy the spa, the pool, be it any time of day or night easily, and then come back here and just take in the views.
And there's a fireplace over here, so you just kind of have that extra cozy feeling.
Mm-hmm. The wood floors actually give it sort of a warmer feel to the bedroom. People are straying away from carpet and in almost every price point. They're straying away from carpet. They want to see hardscape floors. And then if they want to warm it up, they are adding rugs. But another really nice feature of this home is they have the second washer and dryer here in the primary suite closet.
That's smart because I don't have to go very far.
Yeah, if it's just you guys enjoying your house, it's right there. You can put your laundry away. The primary bath is stunning. They have 2 sliding glass doors going back to the mountainside backdrop, and you can they actually open so you can get some fresh air, entrance from both sides, and then of course a beautiful lounge tub to just sit back and enjoy and relax.
It's just so beautiful. The nature that's just incorporated into everything here is so stunning, and it just feels like the West.
It does. They've just taken this beautiful custom home and merged it with the rugged Sonoran Desert landscape, and they've done a seamless job of it. It's every single place you're in this house, you get different views and you can really enjoy the Arizona landscape.
We're leaving the primary, headed out to the main room, kind of the heartbeat of the home. We have the cozy couches and the kitchen right next to it.
Absolutely. They've integrated the indoor-outdoor living, so it's just a seamless transition, even to the formal dining room where they have another patio, fire feature, and a water feature. With their kitchen, they've integrated as well. They have another door leading out to the alfresco dining area. And of course, you do have a little mini wet bar here with a wine cooler. It is a gourmet kitchen featuring Wolf appliances, and it has a full back pantry that runs all the way along the length of this wall behind the kitchen. One of my favorite.
I was
just going to say my very favorite part of this kitchen though is the live edge wood lunch counter. They actually have the same live edge wood in the powder bath, and it really just adds that pop of unique elegance to the whole room. It's beautiful. It really makes a dramatic feel.
I've never seen anything quite like it, but I really love it. And it just feels, it continues that rustic feel.
It does, it does. It definitely brings the outdoors in. And I think that was what they really wanted, was to have a luxury home that also felt warm and welcoming. And so they just tried to integrate some of the more natural pieces along with the custom style.
I feel it, I love it. This sitting area is also just so peaceful, so beautiful. And the views just go on for miles and miles and miles here.
Absolutely. Backing up to the Tonto National Forest, you get to have the saguaros and the ocotillos and everything popping in and out. But to me, this is a perfect spot to enjoy your morning coffee or your newspaper and just be able to look all the way around 360 degrees in this house.
I'm sure it looks different every single morning too.
Absolutely, it does. It's beautiful.
Right off of this sitting area, there's another door out to the patio, so we can get out to this amazing patio, built-in grill, easily.
Yes, yes, and also the grill is nice and handy to the pool area because everybody congregates where the food is, and that way they can take a quick dip or run inside and grab something from the bar.
We have a big pantry here. There are a lot of people who would like a very big pantry.
Well, it really adds to a lot of storage. A lot of people don't realize that in Arizona we don't utilize basements and attic as storage. So being able to have plenty of storage is a critical aspect to when you're looking for a new home in Arizona. And this pantry is a dream come true.
We keep being drawn outside because it is just so beautiful.
It was intentionally designed that way to make sure that the outdoor living was accessible. Dining al fresco here. You also have a built-in ice storage there, so in case you want to bring out extra beverages. Refrigerators don't do so well outside, but that is actually an ice, like a built-in cooler.
Yes, I love
exactly.
That. It's so smart, and an absolutely amazing grill right here built in. And just imagine how much of a chef you'd feel like staring out at this view while you're cooking. That's pretty magic.
Absolutely.
And we have a couple bedrooms to see.
So this is more what you would call the guest wing, the primary suite and the heart of the home, which is basically a great room style. And then here we have a room that is really more of a flexible room. It does have a separate entrance to the outside, to the entry there. And it has a closet, and this is a Murphy bed, so they can use it as either an office or as a fourth bedroom, so it makes it a real flexible living style.
I love that flex space, and I'm noticing that it is floor-to-ceiling windows.
Yes.
Is it hard to sleep in here? Do we need really good curtains?
No, they do have electric blinds. So in fact, it is a smart home, so they can do all of that right from their phone. The pool, the air conditioning, the blinds, the music, it's fabulous.
Everything's smart.
Yes, everything.
But we're really actually just getting started. We have to check out the powder room.
I love this powder room. Here's the live edge wood piece that I was telling you about that is also the kitchen lunch counter.
It is beautiful.
They've done so many specialty quality custom design pieces to this home that you really have to spend some time to take it all in. On the lower level, we have 2 guest suites, and one of them is a separate casita that has its own very large private patio. It has a kitchenette, so it is truly for longer staying guests, but anybody is sure to enjoy it.
So guest room number 1.
Guest room number 1, because the first one was a flex room. Private bath, walk-in closet, and of course your own private patio. Another view.
Another view. It's a really spacious guest room, and it does feel private.
In the casita, it can be blocked off from the rest of the home. You have a very large walk-in closet here, as well as a kitchenette with a coffee station, blender just in case.
Oh yeah, I like a blender.
That's right. A beverage cooler, a large ensuite private bath, and here's the casita's patio.
So it's attached to the house, but it's its own separate space.
It is. You can close it off from inside the house, and here you can actually take those steps and go to the driveway and go in and out as you please.
And
without
you never
disrupting the
have
rest of the
to see
house.
anybody in the rest of the house.
Exactly. And although that road felt long when you were driving from Carefree proper to the house, it's actually only it's just over 2 miles. It's 2.2 miles from the house to downtown Carefree proper. So you can ride a bike, take a walk, or take your car.
That would be a heck of a bike ride.
It would be an awful bike ride because it is uphill, but there are people out there. I'm just not one of them.
Same. Give me the quick stats. How many square feet is this house?
It's just under 5,000 square feet, so 4 bedrooms, although one of them is more of a flex room space where it can be an office or bedroom. And it's on 10 acres.
And the most important question.
Yes.
What's the price point?
$7,850,000. Worth every penny of it.
So beautiful. I don't think I'd ever get used to this view.
I don't think you'd ever get sick of it. That's for darn sure.
When we come back, what makes Carefree such a special place, especially for people looking for a second home.
Tammy, thank you so much for having us here. We are in Carefree, and it feels that way. It feels so carefree and peaceful and amazing. Tell me a little bit about this area.
Carefree is a little bit less known than Paradise Valley or Scottsdale, some of the more like catchphrases of Arizona, but it does have a much higher elevation, so the temperatures are a little cooler in the summer, and we have a unique opportunity to host a ton of different kinds of festivals. They have car shows, art festivals. The downtown of Carefree has everything from little cafes, bistros, restaurants, but also a wide variety of art studios. There's the botanical garden, and so very walkable little downtown Carefree, and all in the Sonoran Desert with the upper elevations, so you also get great glimpses of the city lights.
It kind of has that Western vibe. There's a little bit of you feel, I don't want to say like a cowboy when you're driving through, but you do feel that Western influence here.
Definitely, definitely. And it's almost in every aspect. I mean, just being integrated in with the desert foothills and the historic pieces of Carefree. I mean, I think it was founded in, I want to say like 1889 or something like that. And so it definitely carries that history and that Western slant almost everywhere you're going to see it.
So are we talking about listings that are $500,000 listings, or are we talking about ultra luxury listings here, or a little bit of everything?
There is a huge mix of price points in Carefree available, but currently, much to some people's surprise, there's over 43 homes in Carefree alone that are listed over $1 million. So it has a very broad price point attraction for people of every walk of life, but the luxury market has definitely moved in.
Why has the luxury market landed here?
I think a lot of it has to do with the ability to live in what feels like traditional Arizona. If you're not from here, you think of the saguaros and the ocotillos and just the natural wildlife that is still very much present, and people that are looking for the longer sunny days as well as some of the natural rugged terrain, and being able to find homes such as this has had a huge draw for people.
Who are the buyers who are showing up and being really interested in maybe purchasing here in Carefree?
Most of our buyers are coming from actually Illinois, Colorado, and California, of course, and Washington State. We're seeing a huge influx from those areas specifically.
Just how big is this area in general? I mean, we're driving here and it feels a little bit far out when you're coming from downtown Phoenix. How big is the area in general?
Carefree itself is it's a little over 8 square miles, but Carefree and Cave Creek actually are adjacent to each other. So a lot of times people will not even recognize that they've crossed one board in one town from the other. And so it does have a wide geographic area, but for Carefree itself, it's just a little over 8 square miles.
For buyers, is there a benefit to being in Carefree versus Cave Creek or vice versa? You get kind of the same amenities both places?
Absolutely, because their downtown is literally, they're on top of each other. There's not a definitive line of, oh, now you're in Cave Creek versus Carefree. Carefree does have more of a finer lifestyle amenity type things, such as they have more art studios, galleries, But the festivals that people from all walks of life enjoy are held in both areas.
What are some things that buyers who are showing up here, maybe from out of state, are surprised to learn? When you are showing them around the area, what is striking to them?
I think most of all up here, it's the temperature difference than Phoenix proper, because when people are looking online or what have you, they're usually looking at like the Phoenix temperatures in the summer, and here it is quite a bit cooler. It can vary up to 10 degrees cooler, which does make a difference. But also I think with Carefree, they're really surprised at everything that's available to them. It's like its own little mini city, but how social people are. And I think a lot of that has to do with the sunny weather, where people are outside, they're active, whether they're playing golf or hiking, biking, walking, whatever, they're outside, so they're open, and rather than being cold and closed and not greeting people that are walking towards them, they find that people are very, very social and interactive here.
Yeah, I mean, with the wildlife, we also have
Galloway Wash is right down the way here. So you have the Galloway Wash and the Tonto National Forest, and having those two we're in the heart of that, it really attracts a lot of wildlife. Also, another unique aspect to Carefree that's different than Phoenix or some parts of Scottsdale is that we have the dark sky ordinance, which means stargazing, amazing at night, because we don't have the bright lights. Even from neighboring houses, the lights are to be pointed down. There's a lot of specific rules about that make the evenings here absolutely amazing.
Paint that picture for us. What does it look like when you walk outside on your deck and stare up into the sky?
It is incredible, having traveled to larger cities, and when you come out here and you sit outside and you're overlooking Black Mountain and there are a million stars in the sky, and being able to actually feel like you're standing out in space that way is entirely different than when you're in bigger cities that don't have the dark sky rules.
The house we're at has a really beautiful pool. Is that kind of typical for homes that are on the market in Carefree? Does everything kind of have that kind of resort feel?
I think for the most part, everybody tries to shoot for that outstanding outdoor living experience, because you do spend most of your time outside here. You're gravitating towards the sun. My family, they like to eat Thanksgiving outside every year because they go in the pool and then they're having Thanksgiving dinner outside as well. So once we moved to Arizona, it was about Thanksgiving al fresco as opposed to at our formal dining room table.
Are there any drawbacks to moving to Carefree?
I don't think so. I guess, one of the things would possibly be people that want to be in a high-rise downtown environment. You're not getting that here where you do in Phoenix. However, the 101, once you get to the 101, everything is on that loop, and you can get from here to the airport in 45 minutes. So it's really a quick jaunt, and we have a lot less traffic than a lot of the bigger cities.
Tell me about the traffic. Maybe not so much traffic, but the roads, I mean, some of them are very windy.
A little
very
rustic
narrow.
and rural.
How are the drivers here?
Fast, like they are everywhere in Arizona.
Got to be careful.
Yes,
still.
you do. But I think you just get used to the terrain because it's not just that, it's also watching for wildlife. And we are up against the Tonto National Forest. We're by Grapevine Wash here. So there's a lot of wildlife here and nature. And so you do have to be on the lookout for that more than you do in the city proper.
How long are houses actually staying on the market in Carefree? Is it pretty average compared to Phoenix proper, or is it a little bit stretched out?
For Carefree, the average right now is just about 4 to 5 months. And frankly, that is pretty typical of once you get beyond a certain price point, because your buyer pool narrows. So and right now in Carefree, we have a really balanced market. It's leaning a little bit more towards sellers right now, but that could change at the drop of a hat.
I'm sure interest rates are something your buyers are all interested in.
A little bit. At this price point, not so much, because typically they have their own portfolio, and so we don't have at this price point. At other price points, yes, but not at this price point.
Thanks so much for spending some time telling us about Carefree. Like I said, I really do feel peaceful here. It is so enticing, and I'm so excited to see this house.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share it with you.
After the break, Agritopia is one of the most desirable communities in the valley. and you can get in for $500,000. The median price for a home in Maricopa County is right around $500,000. So what do you get for $500,000? In Gilbert, it'll buy you a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home in the popular Agritopia community.
We are located in probably the most desirable neighborhood in all of the East Valley here in Agritopia. These homes are affectionately known to the locals here in the neighborhood as the cottages.
Agritopia is known for its narrow, tree-lined streets and craftsman-style homes right in the middle of Gilbert. Agent Frank Garola sells a lot of homes in the East Valley. He says a home in Agritopia's cottages is a great way to get into a neighborhood with a relaxed lifestyle.
What's special about it is you got the close proximity, and a lot of them face to greenbelts and parks. You got the garages in the back, and it's just a real nice, quiet, quaint, and beautiful neighborhood and a great way of living.
This home is listed for $494,900. It's 2 stories and nearly 1,500 square feet.
Once you enter, you'll notice a very spacious open living area, open living concept. You have the dining room here, right off the living room. You have the kitchen, and you have the half bath downstairs. Upstairs is where all of the living happens. You got the bedrooms and the two bathrooms located upstairs. And the way the cottages are situated, they're situated to a really nice greenbelt that is maintained by the HOA, and you got all the parking in the rear.
The community also includes a working farm and a community garden where residents can lease a plot to grow anything from radishes to sugarcane. And if you don't want to grow your own food, you are surrounded by restaurants.
Oh, we're literally in the backyard of the epicenter. You know, you got some of Gilbert's finest restaurants in regards to like the Mission, Buck and Ryder. You got the coffee shop. You got Joe's Farmhouse Grill that's been an institution. It was featured on Diners, Drive-In, and Dives. You got Air Guitar, which is a cool concept of kind of like a local little neighborhood store where you can get pizza, ice cream, sushi, cold drinks. So there is a lot of different unique amenities by living here, and all of these are all walking distance.
Frank says the demand to live here is so great, many homes sell before they're even publicly listed.
One of the things that's so unique about Agritopia is a lot of these properties, they don't trade above ground a lot of the time. So they trade amongst neighbors. Hey, we know the so-and-sos are going to be moving. Hey, we want our family members to live in here. So it is a very tight-knit community, and a lot of times the properties don't trade above market.
Thanks for watching The Home Edition. Every week we bring you the very best of the Arizona real estate market and homes you have to see to believe. I'm Susan Campbell.